Hey everyone, I am reacting to the THQ Nordic Showcase that I missed. I think it was 2 days ago. I didn't watch it live. It might have been happening as I was streaming something else, or I might have been busy. I don't remember. I just couldn't watch it live. Yeah, I think I was actually out when it was happening. But regardless, I'm watching it now. I'm catching up on some stuff. I'm sure there's been a lot of other streams and showcases that I haven't been caught up with that I need to react to. Unfortunately, with Gamescom coming up, and whenever Nintendo decides to announce their thing, there's going to be a lot of stuff in the way, and I don't know if I can react to all of it. I also want to, uh, continue with my idea of trying to do weekly discussions and stuff, but every time I was like, okay, I have some time, let's watch a video. And that's really what it comes down to. There's a lot of stuff in the news today, actually, in the gaming industry, if I want to timestamp this, that I wish I could talk about. For example, the most recent thing is the layoffs at Bungie, and I think there's some other studios as well. Bungie's the big notable one. They've cut so many jobs from there, and the way they handled it was not great. There's calls for the leadership to step down, which I agree with, and also am in support of. The leadership there should step down. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's a shitty situation. Bungie's been in a lot of hot fire this past year for a lot of things. The thing I've been trying to like keep my eyes on, but there's been no update on, is the legal situation with former HR employee who was terminated and is now suing Bungie for the way that they terminated her and the reasons why is that she's alleging. I'm very interested in that case coming up, but there's been no update on there because the legal system in the U.S. is very slow. So I'm sure even with after all this fallout, that's something that's still gonna come up at some point, and so we will keep our eyes on that as well. Um, but yeah, I think there's something else. I wanted to put it into the Spawn Trap. Actually, it might be in the Spawn Trap Discord. Let me see if I can, because I post topics for stuff that we need to talk about in the podcast. No, did I not share this stuff? Okay. Well, important stuff. Bethesda becomes first Microsoft Game Studio to unionize. That was a few weeks ago. So that's already old news. Warner Brothers Games acquires Multiverse's developer, which is pretty interesting. I really haven't been up to date. To be fair, I've been trying to avoid social media in general. It's very hard. It's very difficult. But I really should be doing it because every single time I've been opening up Instagram, or not Instagram, particularly not so much Instagram, but particularly Threads. Threads is the worst at spoiling Deadpool and Wolverine. We still haven't watched it. We were supposed to watch it last week. We couldn't find seats in an appropriate time from when we were available on that specific day. So we're like, let's wait until next week. And so hopefully I can see it tomorrow. But since in between that time, since then, every single day has been a huge spoiler for me. And it's mostly coming from people from that movie that have been posting, hey, don't spoil Deadpool and Wolverine. They've just been relentlessly posting spoilers. So it's like, all right, I gotta lay off of it. So it's hard to keep up with the news. The news is coming from YouTube, which honestly, surprisingly, YouTube hasn't been spoiling as much stuff. But I think that's because of movies past. I've been uh asking YouTube not to recommend channels that post spoiler content as much. So I think that's the reason why. But otherwise, yeah, it's been Threads. Threads has been just spoiling shit. So I'm trying to stay off of stuff. It's also I don't have as much time to like doom scroll or just like keep my mind numb. I might be I'm trying to like go for more walks, and I'm thinking that's my social media time to scroll. But even then, I want to try to avoid the spoilers. It's unavoidable. We're going to have a discussion on that when we see it on our podcast channel, youtube.com/@SpawnTrapGames if you want to check that out. We've recorded 2 of our Marvel podcasts for Hit Pause MCU before we watched Deadpool and Wolverine. And one of them is in regard to our hype levels, stuff we've missed during the Marvel drought because there's not been a lot of Marvel content this year, which some people will say that's a good thing or a bad thing. You know what? We didn't mind the break, but for me personally, it's a bad thing. Give me all the content. But no, we talk about X-Men '97. We talk about Madam Web. We talk about what else was the big thing? The trailers. A lot of trailers that came out in between that time. A lot of new stuff. So definitely check that out. And then the one immediately after that was actually both of them were within 1 week's time. The other one was a live reaction and discussion to the announcements coming out of Marvel Studios Hall H panel from Comic-Con, where we reacted to all the big news for Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, Captain America, Brave New World, and the 2 Avengers movies. Those are the big showcases for Comic-Con. There's D23 happening soon. So there's probably going to be the Disney Plus side of the Marvel things where there's going to be more announcements like that. So I'm trying to think for the Disney Plus shows. There's going to be a lot of animation coming up. Eyes of Wakanda, What If Season 3, Marvel Zombies, Spider-Man Freshman Year, although I think that's had a title change now. So I'm not too sure. So yeah, those are all animated projects that we know about. And then there's going to be the regular Disney Plus series, which I think Disney is now limiting the Marvel productions they've publicly stated to 2 or 3, I think, a year. So I know the upcoming ones are gonna be actually I only know one. I'm not too sure what the other ones are exact. No, I know 2. I know 2. One is so this is probably gonna be the only 2 for the year for Disney Plus, which is kind of a shame. But so one of them is probably going to be Ironheart because I think that's been done for a long time. Oh no, wait, there's going to be 3. Sorry, there will be 3. These are the 3 shows: Ironheart, Daredevil, Born Again, because that's going to be their top priority is bringing that show out this year for sure, or sorry, next year. And then the last one is probably going to be Wonder Man because that was in production during the strikes. So I imagine I'm pretty sure it's done. So those Daredevil Born Again I think is still in production. The other 2, Ironheart and Wonder Man, I'm pretty sure are done. So those are probably going to be the 3 shows from Disney Plus and no other ones unless they're deciding to push it and Disney's like, all right, fine, we'll do it. But I don't think animation counts towards all of that. So we're going to get a ton of animation and then we're going to get 3 live action shows. So I think that's what's going to be showcased for D23. I think this month. I can't remember when it is exactly. But we're not talking about Marvel and Disney and movies. We're talking about games right now. We've got the THQ Nordic Showcase and we got Gamescom stuff coming up soon later this month. Actually, I think my brother is going to be at Gamescom, which is kind of crazy. That's what he told me. Anyway, he's like, um, he was asking me a question about Gamescom because he was leaving to Germany and stuff. So, yeah, I think he's actually going and he's going to be there. But anyway, let's see what THQ Nordic has to showcase. This is 32 minutes. Right after this, immediately after this, I'm going to be live streaming here on Twitch if anybody is lurking. So I will be playing some games after this and on YouTube. Right now I'm exclusively streaming this part just to Twitch. It will be uploaded later to YouTube where you're probably watching this at right now on my main channel, youtube.com/tillplays, where I do need to upload more. I know, I apologize. So I'm working on I'm not working on anything right now, but there's things I want to work on. I want to try getting through now that I have a little bit more time. So hopefully You'll see some more stream highlights and videos and stuff. So we'll see. We'll see what my availability is like. Let's press play. Talking too long already. Hopefully the volume's okay. Handy games. Oh yeah, and then I got stuff to write down on a wish list. I actually have no. I have no expectations here, to be honest. Turn this up. Trying to read the code. Handy 9000. Should I be censoring the stream? THQ Nordic, by the way, publisher under what is currently known as Embracer Group, which is now being split off into 3 different companies. I think the Handy Games THQ Nordic company showcase. Wait, what? What? This is all Handy Games stuff? I actually don't know what Handy Games is.
Welcome to the Handy Games Archive. My name is Handy 9000. And I was created to guide you through the Handy Games Showcase of 2024.
So, Embracer Group is now
game, Oddsparks, and
3 companies. I can't remember the names. One of them is Coffee Stain and Friends. The other one's Middle Earth and Friends. And then there's a third one that's mostly, I think, like physical games and stuff. Which is not part of this discussion here. So, I think THQ Nordic, the publisher, would be under Middle Earth and Friends, but these are not those types of games. So I guess they're under Coffee Stain. Oddsparks. That does not look fun to me. I'd be too much anxiety.
I have found another attachment to this data entry. Would you like to proceed?
Yep. Okay. Release date. PS5 and Series X. Oh, there's a demo. Cool. Doesn't look like my kind of game because I'd be too like, oh my god, everything's going wrong.
System diagnostic. Demon presences identified. Countermeasures
Yeah,
initiated.
bring on the demons.
Agents have been alerted.
Heavens! Can that over-engineered trash can shut up for a second? I'll tell you what happened.
Oh, looks like a comic book. Cool. Like a motion comic.
Humans used to be fun. There were so many, they just didn't stop coming. Over and over I killed them, but they came up with
Wait.
something new every
Are you
time.
okay?
Poisoned me. They made me bleed.
We're getting the voiceover of the enemy.
Down on everyone. One guy even had the audacity to use a chain hook against me. That is my thing, for fuck's sake. Somebody just ridiculous. No idea where they found that stuff, but they started throwing black holes at me. Motherfucking black holes.
Well, they had fun with this trailer.
Wanna try me too? I'm gonna enjoy ripping you apart like the rest of them. You will make
Gameplay seems very limited, though. Lethal Honor. I really like the art style.
Resource management
It's
is
pretty
requested.
cool.
Entry on human rituals for food gathering discovered.
Oh god. Destroy all humans? That's a THQ Nordic thing, right? Way of the Hunter. Oh, I think I might have bought one of these games for Xbox 360 before the marketplace closed down. Fun fact, by the way, there are at least 3 games that I cannot download that I recently purchased. So,
Way of the Hunter will be available soon for your mobile device. Alarm. Breach detected. Vermin infestation identified. Hey, that tickles. No, don't nibble on that cable.
oh, okay.
Matt the Rat, the agile escape artist.
Nat, the house mouse.
I have something
I'm
to show
in.
you.
Let's go. Let's go. I should play the Ratatouille game for Xbox 360. I don't know if I ended up buying that one, but
At that.
It is beautiful.
I wonder what's out there.
was this gonna be co-op?
Now's the time to be a scavenger. No crowd to show
No,
off
you
to.
just play as the guy rat.
Right, Squad.
Yes, scavenger lead.
Good. There's the energy.
I'm gonna say this once, just once.
Oh my god. Yes.
A rat's quest. The way back home.
I'm in. Why does my pen not work?
Handy 9000, start the world premiere. Handy 9000, start the world premiere. Handy 9000, do you read me?
Sorry, I'm afraid I can't do that.
No, Handy 9000, approve content.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Approve it.
Request denied.
Do it!
No, 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 no.
Okay. I gotta look into this. Handy games.
World premiere.
Look from beer. VHS set. I want to say I feel nostalgic for VHS tapes. Like it seems like a lot of people are right now. But it was terrible technology, and it's such a good thing we've upgraded since then. I don't know why people want to go back to VHS tapes. I can get game cartridges. You put in the game, you're playing the game. But like VHS tapes, and you know, like there's like upscaled consoles now that play them better. But like, what do you get out of the tapes? Okay. Gotta wait a minute and a half. Handy Games is part of the THQ Nordic family and Embracer Group. So I think Embracer Group is still what they're being called right now because they need like approval to be split into 3 companies. Yeah, so they're a subsidiary of THQ Nordic. THQ Nordic themselves. Are we really in a countdown? We're really in a countdown here. All right, we're gonna use this minute to educate ourselves here. So yeah, THQ Nordic's Austrian video game publisher based in Vienna. Let's see. Yeah, so their parent company is Embracer Group. So it still says Embracer Group. Doesn't say which part of Embracer Groups. The company comprises of 10 operative groups. So these 10 groups are going to be split off into the 3 companies that they're splitting off to. The Amplifier, Game Invest, Asmodee, which is their, I think, their physical game part, where they make like board games and stuff like that. CDE Entertainment, Coffee Stain, which is the name that they're going with for the one. Double A Publishing Company, Coffee Stain and Friends. Dark Horse Media, which I'm surprised they're still keeping Dark Horse. That's a comic book company. Deca Games, Easy Brain, Free Mode, PlayOn, and THQ Nordic. PlayOn, formerly known as, I already forget the name, as Koch Media. I think somewhere in there is Deep Silver. Deep Silver somewhere in there. Oh, unless that's one of the companies they let go.
Look, it's Sandy.
He's in my
Oh, SpongeBob. Alright, got the montage of what they're going to be talking about, I guess. I think what we watched before was just specifically an intro segment for Handy Games. Destroy all humans and SpongeBob. That's pretty much what I expect out of these showcases now. Oh, Epic Mickey?
Let the real festivity begin.
Yeah, so Embracer Group this year announced its intention to transform to 3 standalone publicly listed entities on the Nasdaq within the next 2 years. Okay, so that's still ongoing. Board game segment under Asmodee, indie game segment under Coffee Stain Publishing, not Coffee Stain and Friends. Okay, and a segment to manage its library of licensed intellectual properties that include that of Tolkien's Middle Earth, and that's Middle Earth and Friends. Basically, Middle Earth is AAA games, Coffee Stain's AA games, Asmodee's the non-video game part of it. This is crazy animation. Everything's on fire. Oh my god, all the animals are dying.
Luckily, Goldman is no hero.
Platformer. Hold on. The animation, this is very Cuphead like animation. Not so much a retro feel, but like how smooth the animation is, you know? It's fucking sick. The side-scrolling platformer. Boss fights. This showcase is off to a great start. I'm just saying.
Dr. Gilbert says the people we have feelings for can never really leave us. Is that true?
It sure is.
Is hate a feeling?
It sure is.
They say hate or pain? The Eternal Life of Goldman. Oh, this guy. Okay, yeah, I remember this. Early access available now. I feel like I've seen so many trailers for this game. Unless I'm thinking of a different game, because this looks different now. But I swear I've seen that little guy before. In that car. And this color grading. You know? Yeah, no, I've seen this. I've seen this cover art. Look at that little sad alien in the back. I feel like we were in the PS2. I've never played this game. I've heard it's good. I think I have a DVD from the game that I might have taken from my cousin on the Wii. Because it's on the shelf there somewhere. But it looks fun. I wonder, I don't know if it's on the Switch. And if it is on the Switch, if it uses the Wii's motion controls on that game. I'd be curious to get it there. Look at this public domain level. I'm gonna write it down just because it does look like a fun game. I've heard good things. Racing game? THQ's racing game. I know they do have one. I can't remember which one it is.
They hurt you pretty bad, didn't they? I haven't seen you this scarred since last September.
Was it last year or the year before where THQ had the Blood Bowl
Maybe.
showcase, or I was losing my mind over what that Blood Bowl existed?
But we'll get you sorted out.
Come on! Move it! Get the f out of my way! God damn it, now what? Yeah, that's right. You messed with the wrong guy, buddy.
Next time, I promise not to lose my temper.
Come on! Move it! Ah, goddamn amateur! Out of the way! Stop driving like my grandma!
Who do you think this guy is voting for?
L-O-V-E! Move it! You take that piece of... Throw it up!
Rackfest, yeah.
Oh, feels like something came up through the seat. Ah.
I think the first game was free somewhere recently. Oh, the PS2 is Emerging. Explore a land of myth. Alright. Top down. Isometric. Field your hero. Looks cool. Looks like my style of game. Crabs! Oh. Yeah, see. This is where it typically loses me. Oh shit. Never mind. That's crazy. This looks kind of cool. Titan Quest 2. Look kind of cool. PS5, PC, and Series X and S. Okay. Gates of Hell are opening.
Enough. Send him in.
Welcome to the Valley of Mines, an immense penal colony.
Now this is all Embracer Group, right? So how many of these games and studios are going to be canceled and laid off within the next year?
So every man guilty of a crime, no matter how insignificant, was forced to work in the ore mines of Khorinis. To make it
Forced labor.
to escape.
Forced unpaid labor.
Best magicians to create
AKA
a
slavery.
around the entire valley. But something disturbed the creation of the barrier, trapping everyone inside. The convicts revolted and took control of the colony. They divided into 3 camps. The old camp is satisfied with the current situation. As long as they deliver the ore, the king supplies them with everything they need. The new camp, however, thinks they can use the ore to blow up the barrier. And then there is the sect from the swamp. They believe that a mysterious new deity will free them from their prison. Thus begins your journey
cool.
in the open world of the
Cool,
Valley of Mines.
cool concept.
Creating Gothic
Political
Remake,
structures.
we focus on the 4 pillars that we consider the core of the series. Simulation of a living world, exploration, story, and combat. Like the original 2001 title, Gothic Remake is set on creating an immersive and realistic world. Enjoy a complex life simulation on a scale hardly ever seen before in a video game. During the day, the inhabitants of the colony carry out a variety of activities, while nature, rich in all its diversity, lives out its own rhythm. All this gives the impression that this world can exist without the player. Explore the colony on your own and enjoy the unprecedented freedom this open world offers. In true RPG fashion, you decide when and where you go next. Meet numerous interesting characters, understand their inner motivations, and earn their respect by completing a series of elaborate quests. How you solve or handle their problems depends entirely on your choices. No matter when, in what order, or if you do anything at all, the game will always respond appropriately to your decisions. Experience a complex and demanding combat system with satisfying character progression. Overcome your opponents using a variety of melee weapons. Eliminate them from a distance.
Alligators.
Or learn the arcana of magic. Remember that each type of weapon behaves differently, and its effectiveness depends on training. We're aware that when creating a remake of a beloved title, it is hard to live up to the expectations of its long-term fans. However, we feel there is room to develop the experience further by telling new stories from the colony and expanding on those that die-hard fans have known for more than 2 decades.
Not familiar with this game, or
We
whatever
are
this
also
is.
focusing our attention on enhancing many aspects of gameplay, such as diverse NPC routines and reactions, more complex crafting, and more rewarding character progression. Despite the passage of time, Gothic remains in the hearts and minds of many players. With the possibilities of Unreal Engine 5 and a variety of modern features, Gothic Remake will soon rekindle that love. Whether you've been a loyal fan for years or are just looking for a true RPG experience, welcome back to the Colony.
Pretty cool. Embracer Group owns Tomb Raider now, don't they? I just thought it up about that. Not that I think this is Tomb Raider. I don't know. I just had that thought for a moment. There's gotta be some hunting game. Or maybe a flight game? I don't know. Wait, oh, I wanted to read it. Just a video of this guy going camping. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's a hunting game. There we go. Way of the Hunter. I don't think we've seen any Switch games, except for Epic Mickey, right? I don't know if we've seen any Switch games. Ugh. Oh my god. The Mind Flayers. They've reached the Upside Down. Oh, I just saw, no, I just saw that bird before. Earlier today. Did this thing get spoiled for me? Ew!
They're coming.
my god. I'm not looking forward to that. Gross. Is that it? Got some pretty cool looking games this showcase. That's it. I don't know. It looks like that's it. There might be one more thing. There might be one more thing. Let's see. No Time Splitters though, because they fucking got rid of Free Radical. Not that entirely a bad thing, because it was, I mean, it is a bad thing, but it looks like they were pushing for a Fortnite version of Time Splitters, which is not what anybody wants. But it sounds like that leak was far and away from the developing version of the game, but it still sucks to see. Be prepared to ride again. What does that mean? What? No. Okay, so don't overextend yourself again. Embracer Group. Come on. As of today, THQ Nordic Handy Games not included. Handy Games not included. That's 23 games in development. How many did they say 2 years ago? Thereof 13 still unannounced after this showcase. Thank you for watching. Okay. The next Tomb Raider game's one of them, right? I know the Lord of the Rings game that they have is the Shire game, kind of like an Animal Crossing Lord of the Rings game. Trying to think of their other biggest IP. I don't know if they have another, Destroy All Humans game in the works. I don't know how much they're banking off of that. Maybe another Dead Rising. Although I think the last one got not Dead Rising, Dead Island. I think the last one got mixed reviews though. Yeah, I don't know. But what they showed today was cool. I'm very much down for A Rat's Quest. That looks like a lot of fun. The Eternal Life of Goldman. Very cool animation. It looks like it could be a Metroidvania, but it's definitely an action platformer. So I'm really excited about that. Never played Epic Mickey, but this whole remaster looks really good. So, and my type of game. So definitely interested in checking it out at some point. And then Titan Quest 2 looks like my style of game. We'll see how the reviews are on that one, but looks like that could be fun as well. Depends, because the whole upgrade your abilities and everything, I don't know how I feel about that, but at the same time, some cool looking abilities that they showed. You can ice people, you can shock them, have that spinning water thing that they had, that vortex. Trailer was kind of boring though. They used boring music and shit, but the gameplay looked pretty cool. Those are my 4 games of the show that I wrote down that I'm probably gonna wish list. If you liked any of them, let me know what you're looking forward to in the comments down below on YouTube. Yeah, like I said, if you want to see these happen, I'm actually live streaming this, but like I said, I wasn't promoting this or anything, but when I do these live streams, they happen on Twitch, twitch.tv/TillPlays. If you want to watch them live, they get uploaded here later on YouTube. Regular gameplay videos, though, you can watch at twitch.tv/TillPlays, like I said, or youtube.com/@TillPlaysLive, my other YouTube channel. You make sure that you're following there and subscribe there if you didn't know that existed. It's been that way for quite a few years now. So if you're wondering, hey, where's all the gameplay content? It's over there. And like I mentioned earlier, make sure that you're following our podcast channel as well, in case you didn't know I had that as well. youtube.com/@SpawnTrapGames. Again, we have our gaming podcast, which I will look into another episode. We kind of got sidetracked here with Marvel stuff, especially with Deadpool and Wolverine happening. But yeah, we have our Marvel podcast as well. So yeah, we'll have more stuff coming up soon. So definitely follow there as well. And I think that's gonna be it for me. As of streaming this, I'm gonna be continuing to stream live on Twitch and also on the live YouTube channel, playing some games. Not exciting games. I'm playing through the Donkey Kong games. I gotta play through all of them. Why? I don't know. It's a commitment now at this point. Playing Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2. That's where we're at right now. So that's what's happening after this video. So thanks for watching on YouTube, and hopefully I'll see you in a live stream. Yep. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons.